Temple here from the Light of the Darkness. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to today's live stream from the van again. I was out running around taking care of business, and sometimes it's just easier for me to do it this way, and so that's what I do. But thanks to all the channel members, thanks to the Soul family. One thing that I did and I did want to add, and I guess I'll wait for other people to get here before I add these other things. So I'll mention that. I'll mention that in a little bit. But I'll say hello to anyone that is here so far. My main man, Gustavo, what's going on? One of the moderators of this channel. Thank you, brother, for being here. I really appreciate that. And I hope that your day is going well. It's a Monday. Mondays are always crazy. Mondays can be really difficult. I got a really late start to my Monday today. It's just been kind of a weird weekend. It's been a little heavy lately. And I'm sure like a lot of people have been feeling that. I've been feeling better. I mean, for for the most part, man. And I hate talking about, you know, always like not feeling good. I'm just not well adjusted to this world. And it's just been something that I've been dealing with for the last 20 years, because I refuse to subject myself to Western medicine. I've tried that. I've gone down that road before many times, and me on medication is just not me. And it really makes me feel even worse, and it makes me feel crazier. And I'm just kind of one of these people that, I have treatment resistant depression, unfortunately, and it sucks, dude. Like, I don't want to fucking feel like this all the time. I want to feel good. I want to feel like I'm gonna do everything that I need to do, and then it's no big deal to do, like most of you do in this world. And I have to say, I'm jealous of you people that are able to do all of these things that you do every day with ease, because my experience is not that way, unfortunately. But thank you so much, Gustavo, for all of that you do on my behalf, and petitioning Azazel and getting him offerings on my behalf, dude. Like, I appreciate that, dude, so much, and thank you, and I love you, and it is helping. I have been, seriously making great strides, but like when one great thing to look on in your past, it's not good to dwell on the past by any means, but it is good to look at the past and see like how far you've come, especially when you have been making improvements in your life, because like, I mean, any of us that are on a spiritual path, you probably have become obsessed with that, if I'm not mistaken, obsessed with wanting to improve yourself, obsessed with wanting to improve your life, obsessed with wanting to be happy, and an obsession of what is it going to take and what is it going to require for me to achieve said happiness, to achieve said joy. We're all so freaking different, right? But at the same time, we really all just want the same things in life. Like, we really just want to be happy. We really just want comfort, security, peace, joy. And we want to, like, not only experience that for ourselves, but we want the people around us that we love to experience this too. And it's not our responsibility to make sure that they're happy, really. That is really on them for the most part. I'm not talking about children, but we're talking about adults. But it is easy to want to take responsibility for other people's happiness too. And as empaths, most of us here are empaths. It's going to be very easy to take on the weight and the responsibility of everyone's happiness that's around you. You're going to take that on and you're going to make it your own. And it's something that can really rule and dominate your life if you don't get a handle on it. So that's something that's very, very, very important for everyone here that's watching. And I saw this too. I'll bring up a reading that I just like through synchronicity happened to come across from this tarot channel that I don't really watch that often, but she's really good. And like this was just something that I was led to by spirit. Hold that thought for a moment because I just want to say hi to everyone else here. Agamane Casper. What up, Casper? Hey, Cora. What's up, Cora? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I got everything is all beautiful, and I'll be hitting you up on that. So just be basking in that moonlight for a few moments every night. I'll get up with you on that. Nina, what's up, Nina? Good to see you, Nina. I'm sorry that I couldn't be at your live stream last night. I was really trying my best to be there, and I was not able to, and I'm so sorry. I'm sure it was awesome, and I'll definitely check out the replay of it. Haunted Doll, what's up, Haunted Doll, and Jay the Sage. I don't think the priests and priestesses are good enough to see spirits actually take offerings and how they take them. Haunted Doll, that's a good question about offerings. Because, you know, I do leave libations for spirits, meaning alcoholic beverage offerings, as far as like libations go. You can leave food offerings. Certainly, you know, offerings of blood, of semen, of vaginal juices and things of that nature. All of these things will be left for spirits as offerings. And typically what I will tend to do is at least leave that offering out for 30 minutes. And then if it is a food offering, dispose of that somewhere or offer it to the animals outside. You know, they are energetically going to partake in the gesture, the energetic gesture of that offering. They will get some sustenance from it, but of course it's not going to be something that we're physically going to see. I will say, however, there will be times, rare occasions usually, if you leave a like a shot of alcohol for a spirit, if you do leave it long enough, you will see that it had like that a lot of it's gone. And I know that it will evaporate over time, but typically not in an hour or two. You're not going to see that like half of it's gone. I have had that happen before as well. And then I've had like weird things happen too, like especially in like regards to working with Belial, to whereas I have literally poured a shot of bourbon for him and set it beside his sigil and offered it to him, and then began to feel the effects of it as if I had drank it myself and I hadn't had any. And like it's like it's a very strange feeling. It's kind of like a feeling between like of what you would feel like if you invoked their energy plus the alcohol. So it's kind of like a very unique spiritual mix there. Hell yeah. I'm just going through the chat here to see. So the 3 days of darkness. Thank you, Nina, for that, which is the topic of the live stream, somewhat. The 3 days of darkness. This is something that I know some information about just because I grew up in the Mormon Church. And the Mormon Church, they teach pretty exclusively about the 3 days of darkness, and that's something that I've known about since I was like 8 years old. Like the 3 days of darkness are going to supposedly usher in the second coming of Christ, and before Christ will appear in the clouds, there will be 3 days of darkness. Okay, so there'll be 3 days of darkness leading up to this moment. Then Christ appears on the clouds. The wicked people are so blinded by his light, his omnipotence, that they are not able to handle it. And I think that they will burn to cinder. I can't really remember what happens to the wicked people. But 3 days of darkness, if that were to occur, I would certainly recommend hunkering down. Do I really think the 3 days of darkness are going to be coming? It's always possible. I don't think that it's going to usher in the second coming of Christ. If I did see 3 days of darkness, if that did actually occur, I would get a little worried. Like, don't get me wrong. I would get a little bit worried, but with the way that our world is now, I wouldn't doubt that it wouldn't be some type of, Project Bluebeam type of thing where they're really just trying to make us think that these biblical things are occurring. If we are going to have this 3 days of darkness, then it's going to be near this total solar eclipse that we're going to be having on April the 8th. So this is going to be the very last time that we're going to have a total solar eclipse, at least over North America, for the next 20 years. So until 2044, there will not be another total solar eclipse that will be able to be seen across all 48 states of the main continent of North America. A lot of people are worried about this eclipse. A lot of people are saying, especially I think the Muslims, they're saying that that they're going to, like, that the sun is actually going to be rising in the west and setting in the east during that eclipse. That it's like actually going to be in reverse, and that is actually going to be ushering in the coming of the Antichrist, who they believe the Antichrist to be. So there's some interesting things that are surrounding this total solar eclipse on April the 8th. Mothra the Mystic and I are still hard at work formulating the group ritual that we're going to be offering on that date, because I certainly want to harness the power of the energy of this eclipse. And I have been in communication with several spirits, and they are revealing to me the need for this ritual and what is going to be composed of it. It's probably going to take me another 7 to 10 days of channeling to get everything received and everything outlined as instructed by these spirits. So be on the lookout. There'll be more coming out on that and what's happening here, and why the need for a powerful black magic ritual. Having the sun absolutely eclipsed while it is in the sign of Aries is it's basically like a huge threat to all of us, that it's going to take away our independence. It's going to take away our fiery spirit. It's going to take away our ambition. It's an energy that is in absolute opposition to anything that a black magician would stand for and would want in their life. Like, this eclipse is an absolute opposition to that. And as of, for most of us, like, the whole reason that we got into black magic in the first place was because we felt like we had a sense of loss of power. At some point in our lives, we were stepped on. At some point in our lives, we got tired of having to listen to other people bark orders at us, like, from the time that we wake up, from the time that we go to sleep. Having to take the world for what is being presented to you and just having to deal with that instead of having any input, instead of having any way that you can, like, pave your own road and make your own way. Like, this eclipse is threatening that energy. And this, I have a feeling that the whole theme of it is going to be spiritual liberation. Spiritual liberation. That really is something that all of us need, and it has been threatened, like, our entire lives. Like, our spiritual liberation has been threatened every single day that you have been alive here on this earth, because there's always been someone older than you, above you in some kind of way that has been indoctrinating into you, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. And then you look at the rest of the world, and most of them are also saying, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. And you take a look at around the world too, and you're seeing that, like, it's all fucked up, it's all crazy, it's all chaos. How could any of this be the way? How it doesn't seem to be working out. And like, with that being said, why do you also want me to participate in it when obviously it's not working out? It's working out for some people, yeah. It's working out for the people that are way, way up there. Like, I kind of look at this world and I look at our existence as like a big freaking multi-level marketing scheme. Like, we're all victims of a huge multi-level marketing scheme where they have these like high-ranking spirits or supposed spirits at the top, and all of these people on the top that they're blessing, and it's those people that they're blessing are the ones that are propagating the whole religious, the philosophy of that religion. And it's not good for anyone else below that. In some ways it is, but ultimately everyone else becomes the fuel and the source for the flame and the fire that burns the very top of the pyramid. And that's like where I see most people in religion. Like, they are really being used as a fuel source for the predominant deity and entity at the very top that is really getting and gaining most of the benefit from their worship, from their from them being submissive to the will of this deity. So all of that is being threatened even more and even more. And like, we're getting to a place now in the world where I think that, especially if you've been involved in magic for, I want to say maybe more than 2 or 3 years. If you've been involved in magic more than 2 or 3 years, you would be able to plainly see what is occurring here in our world now and how magic is directly influencing it. That there are people, there is an entity, there is a group or an organization that is running this world, that is tapping into magic. They are tapping into spiritual technologies, and that they are utilizing them and using them in ways that would blow your mind if you really, really knew. But like, the more you tap into magic, the more you tap into these spiritual channels of energy, into this interconnected web, internet, if you will, that we all share as a collective consciousness, you'll be able to see that those at the top are utilizing very sophisticated methods, high magic with very powerful spirits. And it is dictating what's happening here on this earth. And you're beginning to see that now. You can see it. You can see what they're doing. And now they're talking about the possibility of an actual zombie apocalypse on top of all of it. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt if we do not have the science and the metaphysical technology to make something like that happen. I'm a person, highly fucking sensitive fucking person, highly psychic too. And I used to be one of the biggest Walking Dead fans that you have ever known to exist. I was a major fucking dork. Oh, thanks for the fucking super chat, fucking Gustavo. What's up, Bo? What's up, Bo Hunkus? Hey, good to see you, brother. All right, so I was the biggest Walking Dead fan that you had ever fucking seen, dude. Like, I didn't miss an episode. I had every single toy from season 1 up to like season 6, and I mean every toy. I'm talking about every action figure, every play set, every Lego type set, every Funko Pop, every playing card, everything that you can imagine. I had it, and I collected it, and I loved it, and it was like everything to me, dude. Like I got into it, man. I got into it. I could feel it. But then I began to have these fucking nightmares, these very lucid nightmares that were so real. And it was, there were zombies involved, but more than that, it was really showing me, I think, and I think it's kind of a soft disclosure too, of like what our world will look like. Not when the zombies come, but what our world will look like when the grid goes down. Because when the grid goes down, it all goes down. And that is also a segue in a part of this 3 days of darkness that I'm talking about, because I do feel that, and I wouldn't doubt that the United States would not be the guinea pig for this. I do see 3 days of darkness. You want to call it 3 days of darkness, 3 days of grid shutdown. Let's say maybe the western part of the United States, maybe it's the Midwest. It'll be longer than 3 days, but it's going to be long enough for those in power to really see what would they do if we did this. How would they act? Are they going to kill each other? Are they going to eat each other? Maybe they'll help each other. Nah, they ain't going to fucking do that. Yeah, look, what would that, we don't really know what they're going to do. Let's just throw the breaker, kick back and watch and wait and see. Okay? Like, think about that, y'all, just for a minute. And if any of you have not seen the movie Leave the World Behind yet, you need to go to Netflix. I think it's on Netflix, and you need to watch that movie. I think I'm actually going to watch it when I get home one more time, because there's like, look, you all know that they are showing you, they are leaving you Easter eggs of what's going to happen. You can even look at it like this, okay? Even if they're not showing us what they're going to do because they're getting ready to do it, maybe, just maybe, there's a part of you in the future that is making sure that you're putting the word out to who you used to be back in the past in any way that you can. Maybe it's through movies, maybe it's through music, whatever the case may be. We're being shown what is going to go down. Whatever it's coming from, who cares? But I have been seeing this psychically and I made videos on it 2 or 3 years ago. The dark times are coming. Because they are. We're going, like the world right now, because of the rise of AI and because of the exponential rate of scientific improvements, like the whole world has turned into one big guinea pig. It's one big testing laboratory. And ultimately, absolute control is the goal, okay? But they're going to see how they can get there and what that's going to look like. There's going to be different things happening all throughout the world that we're going to be a part of over the next 18 months to 36 months. So the next year and a half, the next 3 years, there's going to be some major changes, quite even possibly a civil war here in North America. Because as the poles are shifting in this earth, the earth is going through some radical changes too. And as above, so below, we are going to be going through these changes as well. Like as the earth is stirring and repositioning, so are we stirring and repositioning. We're all a part of her. Like we are borrowing this body from Mother Earth, and we have to give it back to her once we're done here. And we feel what she's going through very, very, very deeply. We forget about that in our daily lives. But you have to remember, like, the more you open your third eye, the more connected you're going to be to the earth, to other people, to all the energies and everything that's happening here. If you want to be able to ascertain information and get knowledge from nothing, from the thin air, then you're also going to be subject to everything else that goes with that, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you probably heard people say before, it's dangerous to open your third eye. Yeah, it is dangerous to fucking open your third eye. Why is it dangerous? Because you're going to be able to see the truth behind the illusion. Like, so many of you, you don't even know how lucky you are to be protected by that illusion still, if your eyes haven't been open yet. I would say you're lucky. Like, if I could go back to sleep right now, I would. If I could just say, I'll give it all up, everything, all of the psychic knowledge, all of the psychic gifts, all of the everything that's been bestowed upon me by the spirits from a metaphysical standpoint here on this earth and who I am, all of it. If I could go back, I think that I would. I would give it all up to just go back to being ignorant, to just go back to it being a simple life, to just go back to it being like, this is how the world works. And it's very cut and dry, A, B, C, and D. You know, like, you do this and you expect this. The innocence, the promise and the hope for just a beautiful life and a bright future that's not threatened by all of these insane, insidious ways of torture and pain that I had no idea about yet. I didn't know about these things yet. And I didn't even know that any of that could be real. I knew that war existed. Like, I knew of all that, but like, at least if I didn't know, I wouldn't have to live every day with the anxiety of the what if. And like, I know, like, fuck it, right? Like, why worry about it now, right? Why put yourself through bullshit twice? If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You can worry about it when it happens, right? Don't like sit here and ruminate over it now. Worry about it now, put yourself through it now and when it happens. But that's a hard thing, you know. It's a hard thing. Like, especially like the more you're tapped in and the more sensitive you are to all of these things, I can promise you there's a lot of highly psychic people right now losing their motherfucking minds. They're losing their minds, because I can tell you, like, the energy right now is, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like, it's almost like, too, that something, the powers that be, they're while I'm getting messages stronger than I ever have, I'm also getting a lot of stirs of different types of feelings and emotions that I'm not really accustomed to, that are kind of like new and foreign. So as a psychic, you don't really know how, like, what to make of that exactly. It's almost like there is a scrambling system that they're incorporating. Maybe it's some type of radionics boxes that they're using. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know the government uses those and incorporates that into everything that they're doing. Like we really have no idea, like, how heavily the people that run this world rely on magic and rely on metaphysical principles to carry out everything that they do in this world. Because it's like, a lot of the trickery, it has spell work involved in it. And that's the only way that they're getting all of this past us. Like if you like realize how many people are on this on this earth, and how connected we are through our technology, there's not really a lot that's going to get past people. But yet they're still able to do all of this shit, and we're all so surprised because they are controlling us. They are. And you're not crazy. There's going to be a lot of people over the next, I say, year to two, and it's the number's been growing every day that think they're crazy, that used to be just fine, just normal and just fine, and now all of a sudden, hot, depressed and crazy, can't work anymore, can't hold a job, can't handle this, things are fucking nuts, right? They don't know what to do. Panic attacks, depression, anxiety, all of this shit, because yeah, it's in the food. It's in the food. Not only that, they're pumping out frequencies. They're they're chemtrailing like a motherfucker. Like we're getting hit from every angle. And like, why do they have to work so hard to fool us? Because you're more powerful than you realize. Each and every single one of us are more powerful than you realize. And they have to work extremely hard. They really literally have to work on us from every single angle that they can. And now that artificial intelligence is coming into the mix, it's a very scary thing, because that the potentiality is there for that to become God and to replace God and to be something that we never intended on it being. I mean, I might be a Luciferian, or like I may agree with Luciferian ideology and philosophy, but I still know that there is a creator to all of this. It's not Yahweh, it's not the Christian God, it's not the God of Islam, it's not the God of Judaism, it's none of those. Like, they are trying their hardest to pretend like they created all of this because they just want to control it. But they're fighting for their little piece just like we are here. I really don't know what is going on. And I ultimately don't know what is going to happen. But I do know one thing. Things are not balanced, and things are not in alignment right now. Not at least as far as it should be on our timeline, as is intended in our story, in our destiny. I can feel it. Something is amiss. And there's something that we need to do to get back on that right track and that right timeline. And the secrets and the way is going to be revealed to all of us every single day if we keep our eyes open. Like, so if your third eye's open, it's open now, right? You can't go back and you can't close it. You can't unknow what you already know. It's a done deal now, okay? So all you can do is make the best of it. Choose happiness. Choose peace. Choose joy. Choose love. Choose understanding. And choose forgiveness. You don't always have to forgive everyone, but when it's really not a big deal, fucking let it go. Like, the only thing that I can see that will topple over the huge walls that are being built to imprison all of us is, like, ultimately love and understanding. We're a bunch of assholes, man. You know it. You know, you look at people every day and you're like, you fucker, you this, you that. I can't stand this about you, or that about you, or this thing, or that thing, or this blah, that blah. Who gives a fuck? It's just stupid little shit. It's just dumb little shit. You all have your dumb little shit. There's plenty of things that you hate about me too. Like, fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? What's important? That we have food to eat. That we have a roof over our head, that we have something to drink, and that our children have what they need, and that they have things set for them for a bright future. Isn't that what's important? I think everyone in this world can agree on that, can't they? But for some reason, we just won't do it. We won't. We refuse to. Like, I don't know why. Like, it always seems too that, like, what is really crazy is that I know that too, that like war sucks and war is like the worst thing in this world, but sometimes it's what we need. Like, sometimes it's what we need ultimately to come together as a people, having an adversary that is rivaling and against us so that we can come together as a unit and really like get to know one another and count and rely on one another so that we can finally like meld like we're supposed to. Like, war does bring that out in a people, but why does it need to come to that for us to be able to come together? It's almost like we have to be traumatized as a group and like start this crazy like trauma bonding to like really let our walls down enough to come together as a people as a whole. It's really fucking weird. um why does it take that extreme, right? Like, and I'm one of those people, dude. I'm gonna, I can like put these parallels to like the way that I act in romantic relationships, especially if I really love the person. If I really love the person, I'm gonna push them to the I want to push them to the nth degree to leave me. And I'm not only going to do it once, I'm going to do it again and again and again. Like, and just test them and see, like, what is it really going to take for you to leave me? Because I know you're gonna, because I know you're just like all the rest, and I know it's going to happen at some point. So I'm just going to keep like poking the bear and find out what it's actually going to take for you to say, fuck you, JD, and leave. I could just like accept the fact that they love me and not have a need to continue to poke them and say, prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it. Like, do we really need to push ourselves to the brink of total annihilation for us to finally accept that we all love each other and that we all accept each other's faults and we all accept each other's bullshit and we're just gonna fucking move forward from there? Like, do we really have to get to the point to where we're almost going to be obliterated forever to finally accept the love? Like, that's the thing about all of it, right? None of us want to accept the love. We don't want to accept the love. Like, you don't love me, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here. Like, no one loves me. Fuck you. Like that's kind of where we're at collectively in this world. Is like, we don't want to accept the fact that there's goodness. We don't want to accept the fact that anyone could ever fucking love us for the miserable creatures that we are. But we're not. We're not, dude. We're amazing. All of you are fucking amazing. Like, the things that you do every single day, selfless things that you do for the other people that you love, to make your home better, to make your life better, to make your workplace better, to give the people in your life that you love and care about what they need. Like, you do it every day. And sure, like, there's things that we do from time to time that go against that and do hurt other people, and that sucks. But like, we've been so designed to not accept love and to always think that everyone has an ulterior motive and that there's really no goodness left. And while that may be true, at our core, I think all of us can agree, as I said before, that we all really truly only want the same things in life: peace, joy, happiness, optimism, comfort. Like, that's really all we want, and like, that's what we should have in this life. But if it was all perfect, we wouldn't learn what we need to learn. And so there's going to be hardship, there's going to be obstacles. Remember that some of the people that are like your biggest adversaries are going to be the catalyst for the most profound growth in your life. And those people are not to be hated, they're to be cherished, as crazy as that sounds. And I'll say that again, the people that are the adversaries in your life are going to be the catalyst for some of the most profound change that you will ever experience. And without them, you would never ever become the person that you are now. It's always important to have an adversary. It's always important to have something pushing back against you. If you didn't, you would stagnate and you wouldn't rise to the occasion because you'd have no occasion to rise to. Everything is interplaying off of one another in this world. Take a look around and see how it works. Everything doesn't have to be taken at face value. It all has a deeper meaning. And I'm going to leave you all with that because I love you so much. Hail Lucifer, hail the Infernal Empire. Smell my face and smell it good. And hey, a quick fact, only 50% of the people that watch this channel are subscribed, and that's fucked up. So, if you're watching this video, please subscribe if you would, and please give the video a thumbs up because that helps in the algorithm, and you know what's up. So, I love you all, and I'll see you soon, and calm down and stop broadcasting for a while. Why don't you, like, fuck off? Jesus Christ, don't watch it, motherfucker. I hate stupid people. If you don't like it, then don't fucking come. That's that fucking easy. Jesus. Anyway, sorry guys to end on a note like that, but whatever. It's gonna happen. The more people that come, the more assholes that come with it. Another way of the world. But I forgive you and I love you because I know it's not your fault. It's the world. It's the world. Love you guys. Bye.